Medieval Feudalism. Feudalism, a complex social, political and economic system, dominated medieval Europe from the 9th to the 15th century. Today we will be taking an in-depth exploration of the intricacies of feudalism, analyzing its social structure, power dynamics, and transformative impact on medieval society. By examining the relationships between lords, vassals, and peasants, as well as the feudal contract, manorialism, the role of women, and the challenges faced by the system, we can gain a comprehensive understanding of this pivotal period in European history. At the core of feudalism was a hierarchical structure that organized society into distinct layers. The monarch or king stood at the apex, holding ultimate authority and owning all the land within the kingdom. The king distributed parcels of land known as fiefs to powerful nobles known as lords or vassals. These lords, in turn, divided their fiefs among lower-ranking nobles and knights, establishing a complex network of mutual obligations and loyalty. This hierarchical structure provided a framework for societal organization, with each layer having defined roles, responsibilities, and privileges. At the top, the king held the highest authority and was responsible for the governance of the entire realm. Lords and vassals, occupying the intermediate levels, exercised varying degrees of power and authority over their respective domains. Knights, who were often vassals themselves, served as warriors and protectors of the realm. At the bottom of the social hierarchy were the peasants and serfs, who provided labor and agricultural productivity to sustain the feudal system. The feudal contract formed the cornerstone of the relationship between a lord and his vassal. To formalize this bond, a ceremony called homage took place. During this ritual, the vassal would kneel before the lord, place his hands between the lord's hands, and swear an oath of fealty, pledging loyalty and military service. In return, the lord provided protection, counsel, and resources to the vassal. The feudal contract went beyond mere military service. Vassals had other obligations to fulfill, including financial support and advice. The vassal owed the lord financial aid known as scutage, which served as an alternative to direct military service in certain situations. Vassals were also expected to provide counsel to their lord, participating in matters of governance, law, and administration. Moreover, the feudal contract established a system of mutual rights and responsibilities. Vassals had the right to seek justice from their lord, ensuring a degree of legal protection. Additionally, they were entitled to be consulted on matters that affected their fief, giving them a voice in decision-making processes. Peasants formed the backbone of feudal society and played a vital role in the economic functioning of the system. They were predominantly agricultural workers who cultivated the land owned by the lords. Peasants, often referred to as serfs, were legally bound to the land they worked and were unable to leave without permission. In exchange for their labor, they received protection and a small plot of land to sustain themselves. The life of a serf was characterized by hard work and subsistence living. Serfs toiled in the fields, tending crops, herding livestock, and performing various tasks demanded by their lord. They were obliged to pay various forms of taxes and dues, including labor services, rents, and portions of their harvest. While the conditions of serfs varied across different regions and estates, their existence formed the backbone of the feudal agricultural economy. Feudalism extended beyond land ownership and military service. It encompassed an economic and social system known as manorialism. The manor, typically a self-sufficient estate, served as the economic unit of feudal society. The lord of the manor wielded authority over the peasants living on the estate and administered justice through manorial courts. Within the manor, peasants pursued a range of activities necessary for survival. They engaged in farming, animal husbandry, weaving, blacksmithing, and other trades to meet both their personal needs and those of the manor. The manor was not only an economic hub, but also a social and cultural center. Festivals, celebrations, and religious ceremonies brought together the inhabitants of the manor, fostering a sense of community and identity. The lord of the manor played a central role in governing the daily lives of the peasants. They collected taxes, resolved disputes, and maintained law and order within the manorial boundaries. The manor provided a framework for economic production, social interaction, and the distribution of resources. The peasants, in turn, relied on the manor for protection, sustenance, and a sense of belonging. While feudal society was predominantly patriarchal, women played essential roles within the system. Noble women, as wives and mothers, played influential roles in managing their households and ensuring the smooth operation of their husbands' estates during his absences. They often oversaw the education and upbringing of their children, passing on values, customs, and traditions. Additionally, women from lower social classes actively participated in the feudal economy. They engaged in agricultural work alongside men in the fields, contributing to the overall productivity of the manor. Women also played significant roles in crafts and trade, particularly in urban areas where they often operated businesses and workshops. However, it is important to note that women's status and opportunities varied greatly depending on their social class and the specific cultural and regional contexts. While noble women enjoyed more privileges and autonomy, peasant women faced greater limitations and societal restrictions. Feudalism faced several challenges that contributed to its gradual decline. Frequent warfare and power struggles among lords led to instability and fragmented authority. The decentralized nature of feudalism made it difficult to maintain centralized control and ensure consistent governance. Moreover, the rise of centralized monarchies, with monarchs seeking to consolidate power, gradually undermined the authority of nobles and knights. Monarchs aimed to exert greater control over their territories and reduce the influence of local lords. The growth of cities and the emergence of a merchant class also challenged the traditional feudal structure. Cities became centers of trade, commerce, and intellectual exchange, leading to the rise of a middle class that questioned the rigid social hierarchy of feudal society. The commercial revolution, marked by the expansion of trade networks and the growth of a money-based economy, brought about new economic dynamics that challenged the feudal economic system. Furthermore, external factors such as the Black Death, which ravaged Europe in the 14th century, had a profound impact on feudalism. The devastating effects of the pandemic disrupted the social and economic order, leading to labor shortages and reshaping the power dynamics between lords and peasants. Peasants gained more bargaining power as the scarcity of labor allowed them to demand better conditions and compensation, leading to the gradual erosion of serfdom. As Europe transitioned into the late medieval period, feudalism faced increasing challenges. The rise of centralized monarchies, the growth of cities, and changes in economic systems contributed to its decline. The role of women within feudal society, though often limited by patriarchal norms, played a significant part in various aspects of economic and social life. Feudalism left an indelible mark on European history, shaping the social, political, and economic landscape of the Middle Ages and laying the groundwork for subsequent societal transformations. While feudalism may no longer be the dominant system in modern society, it remains a fascinating subject of study, offering valuable insights into the complexities of medieval Europe and the evolution of human civilization. By exploring the intricacies of feudalism, we gain a deeper understanding of the dynamics that shaped European society during this transformative period.